Firstly, thank you very much for being here. It's an absolute privilege to be able to speak to everybody here. هذه شيرين أبو عقلة وكانت صحفية في الجزيرة وهذه السنة قتلت في جنين. When we heard about this event, it became evident that there was something not quite right about it. After the Israeli raid, which you can see some video here, it became evident that not all the information was available, and it seemed like people were not necessarily being truthful about what was happening or what had happened. And soon after Shireen was killed, the Israeli Foreign Ministry posted this tweet, which implied that she had been killed by a Palestinian gunman. So what we did is, at Bellingcat, led by Giancarlo Fiorella, we gathered all the images and videos we could find from this event, and we placed them in time and space to try and establish what had actually happened. So this is a map of Jenin. This is the location where Shireen was killed. And what we did is we placed these images and these videos which had been posted to social media onto this map. So as an example, this is an image that was posted from this viewpoint. And you can see that it looks down the same road that you can see within the map. And you can see also the Israeli forces and where they're located, which is slightly to the west of where the raid took place. Within this video, you can see Palestinian gunmen shooting at the Israeli forces. And in the background, you can see quite a distinctive building. And it's possible to find that building on Mapillary, which is a service very much like Google Maps or Google Street View. And by doing so, we could work out precisely where this video was taken. So that's the building. This is the viewpoint. And so this is the street where that video was taken. And we repeated this for every video and image that we could find, eventually placing who was where within this map. So here were gunmen, here, here, and then in the blue box was where the Israeli armed forces were located. And obviously the red circle where Shireen was killed. So this gave us an idea about where people were located during this event, but we needed more information. And we did that using a method that we used previously to investigate the killing of Mohammed Golzar on the border between Turkey and Greece. So when a rifle is fired, it actually produces two sounds. The first is the sound of the bullet as it breaks the sound barrier. The second sound is the sound of the muzzle blast. And it's quite distinctive, like that. And you can measure the time difference between these two sounds to establish how far away the gunman was, which you can see here. So the red is the crack of the bullet as it breaks the sound barrier. The yellow is the thump of the muzzle blast of the rifle.
اسحبوا 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 ولك عندي مشان الله تسحبوا. اي وحدي عايز انا ميتي اسحبها شريف يا عمي.
Within this video, you can very clearly hear that crack and that thump. We sent this video to an audio forensic expert to try and establish how far away the shooter was from the location where Shireen was killed. And he estimated that it was just under 190 meters away, which aligned pretty much perfectly with where the Israeli armed forces were. There were gunmen nearby as well, out to the east, but they had no view to the location where Shireen was killed. In fact, pretty much the only place where you can see straight down that road to the location where Shireen was killed is from the IDF position. And Forensic Architecture and Al-Haq went to Jenin and recreated this event, and this is what the marksman would have seen if looking through a scope down that road. As you can see, Shireen would have been clearly visible, including the markings on her bulletproof vest as well, identifying her as press. After we published our investigation, many other organizations and outlets published similar organizations also supporting these findings, and including the IDF, in fact. Since the FBI has now opened investigation into the killing of Shireen Abu Akleh. For me, like, seeing journalists come together to investigate this event was pretty incredible, and it was fantastic to see this kind of journalism hold power to account. Thank you.